60 Minutes Overtime.
Jazlan, Anale.
My story this week is about an orphanage in Haiti called Have Faith Haiti, and it's run by best-selling author Mitch Albom, who wrote Tuesdays with Morrie, among many other best-selling books. And it's this kind of oasis of education and stability for these kids in the midst of the chaos taking place in Haiti.
We're trying to prepare them to be the next generation in Haiti that can hopefully change things.
Most of these kids have not left the orphanage in the last 4 years because of the security situation in Haiti. It is as dangerous as I have ever seen it in the decades that I've been traveling to Haiti. That's why they have these walls, which are very high. They're like 30-foot walls. They have guard towers. They have dozens of armed guards. In the 2 days that we were at this orphanage, we heard a lot of gunfire on the other sides of the wall.
How many staff are here?
We have 188 employees. That's a lot of gunshot.
Is that gunfire?
Yeah.
As a kid, I was very interested in Haiti, the history of it. I had a high school math teacher named Yves Volel, and he taught me algebra.
Haitians have their ways to do things. We are a poor country.
And everybody at my school knew that he wanted to go back to Haiti one day and try to do something for his country. Back then in New York, a lot of cab drivers were Haitian. And you would go in a cab, and I would always ask them, hey, do you know Yves Volel? And they would all say, oh my God, of course. So Yves Volel was working with groups of people who had left Haiti, who were here living in New York, trying to mobilize support for Haiti. I graduated high school in 1985. In 1987, Yves Volel ran for president in Haiti.
My position is very strong regarding those who have stolen millions of dollars from the public fund.
And Yves Volel was standing outside a police station, holding a copy of the Haitian Constitution. And while he was talking, some men came up and shot him and killed him. There's a recording of Yves Volel's talking, and then you hear very clear muffled shot being fired. And Yves Volel was shot to death.
The victim was Yves Volel, a lawyer and a critic of Haiti's military-backed interim government. Volel was one of more than 20 candidates who have declared for Haiti's presidential election next month. He is the second candidate to be killed.
It was an extraordinary thing when I was a teenager to witness. When I was starting out in news, I basically couldn't get an entry-level job. Ended up getting a friend of mine to make a fake press pass for me. Borrowed a camera, and I started shooting stories in war zones. And I went to Haiti for Channel 1 in advance of the U.S. landing and bringing Aristide back.
People just celebrating the return of Aristide.
So that was my first kind of reporting experience in Haiti.
People on the street say there's a 15-year-old who's buried alive there and that they're talking.
2010, when the earthquake happened, I knew that there was a night flight, and we ended up getting to Port-au-Prince the morning after the earthquake.
Her name is Bee. She's clearly alive. You can hear her crying out. You can see 2 of her feet at this point. They've been able to.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I remember getting there and leaving the airport, and people screaming and people searching through the rubble with bare, bloodied hands and, shovels if they were lucky to try to find their children or their grandparents or their neighbors.
After being trapped for more than 18 hours, the men make a small hole and pull Bee out. She is alive. She is finally free.
I ended up staying there for 6 weeks. I mean, it was one of the most remarkable and terrible experiences of my life. The actual death toll will never really be known. The estimates are about 220,000 people.
So you don't know where she's buried now?
No, I don't know, he says. I don't know.
They were picking up the dead like cordwood and tossing them in the back of trucks. And we followed the trucks one morning because nobody knew where they were taking the bodies, and they were just dumping them in these mass pits.
This is not how anyone wants their loved one's life to end.
There was a huge outpouring around the world for raising money for Haiti. It was an extraordinary thing to see. And there were a lot of organizations helping people, and yet there's not much sign of it today in Port-au-Prince. The president was assassinated in 2021, and it has just been a rapid decline in the security situation in Port-au-Prince since then. The fact that you have the capital of the country, as much as 90% of it now, occupied by gangs, committing sexual assaults and robberies and killings. It's extraordinary that this is happening, a 2-hour flight from Florida. Commercial flights from the U.S. no longer fly into the Port-au-Prince airports. We flew into Cap Haitian in the north, and from there we took a helicopter into Port-au-Prince, drove in a convoy of armored vehicles with bulletproof vests and heavily armed Haitian security personnel. I went and I shot a stand-up, as we call it, out in the street.
Outside the walls of the orphanage, the danger is very real.
I'm not wearing a bulletproof vest or anything. What you don't see is right behind me, there's probably a dozen armed guys. In a very active war zone or very dangerous area, you will have security in perimeters. They get a sense of what's happening a block or two away if a roadblock is being set up or anything to stop you because word has filtered out that you're there. So in a very dangerous place, it's important that you get in, get out as quickly as possible. That was all I saw outside the walls of that orphanage.
We are really, really proud of you.
16 kids we met at Mitch Albom's house in Detroit who are there on their winter break because they all have scholarships to colleges in the U.S. They know that they were given a second chance at life.
The end goal is to be a senator in my country one day.
It doesn't scare you off to get involved in politics?
I mean, there is a little bit of fear, honestly. I mean, our last president got assassinated. We have to take that into account.
It seems like all of you want your futures to be with Haiti.
Like, to me, Haiti isn't just my country. It's like my home, where I was raised, and I have a deep connection to Haiti. So, yeah, that's my future is with Haiti.
I have never been to a place that has more resilience than Haiti. In the chaos of Port-au-Prince, driving down the street, there was a church service. All these people in their Sunday best and hanging outside the church, talking to each other, kissing hello to each other. All these scenes that we see in life everywhere else. And you don't think about that as being something that happens still in the midst of gang violence in Haiti, but it does. Life goes on and life thrives, and it's a vibrant, extraordinary place full of extraordinary people.